Hi, welcome to your practice. My name's Sophie and we're doing a 20-minute creative sequence. So we'll get right into it. In a seated position, you can come into Vajrasana with the heels tucked underneath, or you can come into a cross-legged position, whatever works for you. Come to sit tall, rest your hands somewhere comfortable, close your eyes, lengthen the back of the neck, the crown of the head to the ceiling or the sky. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Once more like that. Fill up the lungs. Fill up the rib cage. Exhale all the way out. Blink the eyes open. Reach the arms up. Interlace your hands and flip your palms up. Keep your thumbs together. Inhale. Exhale, round and curl your spine, chin tucks in. Inhale, rise up and arch your back for cow. Exhale, round, shoulders forward. Inhale, lift and arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift, stay right there. Take a side bend to the right. Keeping your hands interlaced, palms facing up. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, side bend left. Rise back up. Release your arms down by your sides. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Right fingertips behind you, just kind of floating back in space there. And twist. If you want, you can take a half bind with your right arm. Every time you inhale, you lengthen, and when you exhale, you twist a little bit more. Soften the muscles of the face. And bring the arms back up, inhale, and then release them down by your sides and switch left hand or right hand to outer left knee, right arm, left arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist a little more, option for that half bind. One more breath. Come back to center, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, release your arms down. Let's come into a tabletop. Tuck your toes and turn your hands out and around so the fingers are facing your knees. Slight bend to the elbows and then start to shift front to back. So you're feeling the weight shift onto the toes and then the forearms and the wrists. And you can take circles if you'd like. Maybe 3 in each direction. And come back to center. Turn the hands back around so the fingers face forward. And downward facing dog. Take some movement, swaying, shaking out your head. Maybe lifting and lowering the heels. Maybe hearing some cracks and pops in the body. And walk your feet up to your hands. Forward fold or ragdoll, any form of a fold that feels good. I like to grab onto the elbows, bounce and sway. Release your arms down and slowly roll up, stacking your spine. Head comes up last, shoulders back and down. Reach your arms up. Cactus your arms and back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, elbows back. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank. We're going to take 10 seconds to lower to the ground. You can use your knees if you'd like for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobra. Shoulders back and down, tops of the feet are pressing into the earth. Take an inhale, exhale, lower back down to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your thighs and your kneecaps, and press up into plank. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet a little closer together and sweep your right leg all the way up. Bend your right knee, open up your hip. Circle your right ankle a couple times each direction. Straighten the right leg back out. Bring your right knee to your right upper arm and hold. Try to touch. And then inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, knee to right arm. Inhale, bring it back up. And again, exhale, knee to upper arm. Now hold it here and step your right foot outside of your right hand into lizard. Take a moment to kind of rock back and forth to arrive here to the hips. Good, now lower down onto your forearms or stay on your hands, whatever works for you. Lower the back knee to tap the ground and then lift it back up. And then again, lower down and lift. Lower and lift. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, one more time, down and up, hold. Come back up onto your hands. Put your left knee all the way down onto the ground. Untuck your toes, reach your right arm up to twist. Maybe let your right knee open more to the right. Option to bend the back knee and grab onto the foot. If you're grabbing onto the foot, push the foot into the hand so that you create traction along the right pecs in the front of the right shoulder, and you get a nice stretch there. And then change it up by pulling the foot closer to you and focusing more on the quadricep stretch. Option to flex your left foot. That's going to increase the stretch. And gently release the leg down. Bring the hands down to the ground. And then straighten out your right leg for half splits. It's a wide-legged half split. And then back into lizard. Inhale. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. One more time. Inhale, bend the leg. Exhale, straighten the leg, and then stay there for a moment. Lengthen your spine. So your right hip kind of anchors back as you reach the crown of your head forward, your chest forward. Flex your right foot even more, drawing the toes to the shin. And then we'll go back into lizard. Lift the back knee. Come up onto your fingertips if you're not there already. We're going to go back of the mat, Skandasana. So you're going to bend your left knee and sit all the way back, right toes point up. Then we'll go right back into lizard. Maybe don't use your hands until you get into lizard. And then again, back of the mat, Skandasana. And then shift into lizard. And last time, come back of the mat. Skandasana, stay there. Option to reach your arms straight out in front of you. You have to get a little taller in your spine. Option to reach the arms up. And we'll hold for 3, for 2. On 1, come back into lizard, facing the front of the mat, and step into Malasana, squat at the front of the mat. So left foot steps all the way up, and bring your hands to your heart. Then take your right arm in front of your right leg, and straighten it. So reach over to the right. Reach your left arm up. Keep your knees wide. Either stay here or come into a half bind with your left arm, or maybe a full bind with your right arm. Okay, now if you're here, we're going to take it a big step further. Put all the weight into your left foot, your left toe is pointing forward. Lift your right heel up and lift your seat up. And then we're going to slowly stand all the way up. So all of the weight is on the left leg, and stand tall, keeping your bind if you can. Right toes point down. Stand a little bit taller through your left hip, and then slowly come back down into yogi squat like nothing even happened. Open the arms up and bring your hands to your heart. Good, bring your hands down to the ground. Option to do a crow pose or stay where you are. We're gonna make our way from either crow or squat back into down dog. So you can hop to chaturanga if you'd like. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, open your hip. Circle your left ankle around. Straighten the left leg back out and bring your left knee to your left upper arm. Hold. Bring it back to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Hold. Lizard. Take a moment to arrive on the side. Finding your breath. Nice, even, slow breaths. Either stay on your hands or put your forearms on the ground. Lower the right knee to tap and lift it back up. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower, lift. Okay, 5 more. Keep your neck nice and soft by just keeping your gaze down rather than forward. 1 more, tap and lift. Come back up onto your hands. Now you can lower the right knee all the way down again. Untuck your toes. Start to turn open to the left for a lizard twist. Reach your left arm up. Push the top of the right foot into the ground. Twist. Option to bend the knee and grab onto the foot. Probably will help to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Push the foot into the hand to create that traction on the left shoulder and left pec. Now maybe you pull the foot closer to you, perhaps focusing on bending now the left elbow to pull it closer. And if you want more, flex your right foot. You might not need more, and that's okay. Go where you need. Here in this pose, can you disengage the facial muscles? Keep the breath your main focus. I know it's a deep stretch. Take 1 more breath. Gently release the foot and bring the hands down to the ground. And you might come up onto your fingertips here so you can straighten out your left leg and shift your hips back. And then inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back, stay there. Lengthen the spine so you're like lifting your chest away from the earth as you pull your left hip back. Flex your toes back more. So you're working on doing a forward pelvic tilt, tilting that pelvis into an anterior position. 1 more big breath. Good. Now come back into lizard. Lift your back knee. Okay, back of the mat, skandasana. Bend the right knee, hands to heart. Front of the mat, lizard. Back of the mat, skandasana. Front of the mat, lizard. Back of the mat, skandasana. 1 more time through. Front of the mat. Back of the mat. Now stay here. Option to reach your arms straight forward. Option to reach them up. That's the hard part. For 3, 2, 1, we'll go back into lizard, shifting forward, and then step into malasana. So holding here in our low squat, press the elbows into the knees and lengthen. Either stay or left arm comes in front of the left leg, right arm up. So we're opening maybe a half bind, maybe a full bind. See if you can lengthen and open your chest a little more, shoulders back a little more. And then all the way into your right foot. You first have right toes point forward, then lift your left heel. Start to lift your hips up. Balancing on the right leg, you're going to try to stand all the way up. Left toes pointing down, standing nice and tall. We're really strengthening the outer right glutes here. They're very much recruited in this position. 1 more breath. Lower down. Come back into squat. Open up the arms, hands back to your heart. And then hands to the ground. Either stay in it, you could stay in Malasana, or you can go into Crow, Bakasana. We'll eventually make way back to down dog, so you can hop it back to Chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Lift your right leg up. Bring your right knee to your left upper arm. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, right knee to left upper arm. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Hold. Cross it over to the right upper arm. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. This time, side angle. Left heel goes down, right hand stays inside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up. Bend deeply into the right knee. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm over your ear. And the more you press into the outer edge of the left foot, the more alignment you find here, the more integration. Good. Now, we're going to go to the back of the mat, Skandasana. So left hand comes down and then switch to the back of the mat, hands to the heart. Now we're going to turn and face the back of the mat entirely into a low lunge. So pivot, turn, and then right knee comes down, arms reach up, palms together, lift up through your torso, take a back bend. Bring your hands back to your heart and lift your back knee up. Shift forward with your upper body, come into warrior three. Maybe you reach your arms forward for full warrior three. Slowly step back into high lunge. Bring your hands back down to the ground for low lunge. And then side lunge, with the right knee is bent. So you're going to walk your hands over to the right, straighten both legs, and then bend your right. Okay. Now walk your hands over to the right, straightening both legs, kind of setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana. But then bend your right knee into a side lunge. Take your arms out wide. Interlace the hands behind you, open up your chest. An option to fold forward within this side lunge. Lift up halfway. Release the hands slowly to the ground. Turn and face the front of the mat. Plant your hands, step back into one-legged plank. Option to reach your left arm forward. Hold for 3, 2, on 1. Put your left hand down, Chaturanga. Maybe your right leg stays lifted. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Left knee to right upper arm. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right upper arm. Inhale, three-legged dog. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow, hold. Cross it over to the left. Step into lizard shape, but then side angle. Right heel angles down. And it is a wide-legged position, so railroad tracks for sure. Left hand down inside of left foot. Right arm up. Bend into the left knee. Firm up your right thigh. Press into the outer edge of your right foot and reach your right arm over your ear. Angle your chest to face up a little bit more. Moving your left shoulder down and away from your ear. 2 more breaths. And bring your hands to the ground and side lunge, Skandasana, back of the mat. So right knee bends, hands to heart. Then we're going to turn and pivot to the front of the mat. Maybe you use no hands. Put your back knee down, reach your arms up, palms together, hips press forward. Then they squeeze in towards each other. Torso lifts and back bend. Inhale and exhale, rise back up. Hands to heart, lift your back knee. Shift forward, lean forward, all the weight into your right foot. and lift your left leg up. Draw the right hip back. Knit the ribs in slightly. Option to reach your arms forward. Slowly step back to high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Low lunge, pause. Fingertips are on the ground. Walk the hands over to the left. Wide-legged position. Lengthen so your toes are pointing both the same direction. And then bend your left knee into side lunge. Arms out wide. Interlace the hands behind your back, maybe the opposite thumb on top. Roll the shoulders back, and option to fold. Kind of like a humble warrior situation. Lift up halfway. Gently release the hands to the ground. Turn and face the front of the mat, low lunge. Plant the hands, step back into one-legged plank. Option to reach your right arm forward. For 3, 2, 1. Both hands down. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Child's pose. Sit back on the heels, forehead to the earth. Now cross your left arm underneath your right. And then re-extend your right fingertips forward. Thread the needle within child's pose. Left palm faces up. And then switch sides. Right arm threads under the left. And twist. Right palm faces up. Both hands back out in front of you. Walk the hands up. And we're going to come into a seat. Last pose here. We're going to do Baddha Konasana. So feet together. Grab onto the feet. Lengthen. And fold. Hinging forward. Press the elbows into your shins. Make your breath a little longer, especially the exhale. And slowly rise up. Bring your knees up. You can just do a little windshield wiper to come out of that. And we'll cross the legs and we'll end our practice here. We'll bring the palms together at the heart and we'll bow together in gratitude for this practice. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a quick little class, but creative and hopefully effective for your body today. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. And if you would, please like the video, leave a comment, or subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you next time.